Looks like we have another mystery on our hands, and it's Inspector Twilight on the case. My Little Pony, P.P.O.V, or Pony Point of View, starts with Pinkie, AJ, and Rarity getting back from a boat trip.
And they're about ready to kill each other.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but clearly something has gone wrong. According to Rarity, the boat actually sank because Applejack was acting like Pony Captain Ahab. Now, not being content with just Rarity's good word, Twilight gets Pinkie's version. According to the Pink Party Animal, the boat went down as a result of Rarity acting like an out-of-touch aristocrat. And finally, AJ's version of events has both Pinkie and Rarity acting like whole parody versions of themselves. But which one of these tall tales is the truth? Well, Detective Twilight comes to a conclusion that would confound Dipper, Dib, and Fox Mulder. The boating accident was caused by the Bunyip.
In a saner world, that theory would receive only mocking laughter.
But because this is MLP, of course that's what happened. And of course, once they stop and think, every pony realizes that the others were just trying to make the day fun. I think this was a pretty good little episode, and an excellent example of how to make the slice of life genre really work. Let's start by looking at the format. The POV style accomplishes two important things. One is it gives a unique look on events that can be contrasted with other views,
from which the truth can be ascertained.
This also inherently introduces an element of mystery into the story. As with each of the versions, it's always possible you're not getting some vital clue. The POV format also gives insight into what the character is thinking and what their personality is like. This is also great for introducing humor into the story. Let me give you an example. In Pinkie's point of view, she comes off as very reasonable and even responsible. This is because everything she does makes sense to her, and the same is true of both Rarity and AJ. I would also like to compliment the episode on including the Bunyip. This is a creature from the mythology of the Aboriginal people of Australia. As an American, I'm mostly familiar with the folklore of Western Europe and Greco-Roman societies.
That and all the weeaboo stuff you love so much.
Yeah, that's fair. But I definitely appreciated the inclusion of this exotic folklore beastie. Alright, now let's look at the comedy. Like I said before, this episode is great at finding the humor in how the girls see one another. I particularly loved AJ's view of both Pinkie, as a Section 8 whose quirkiness is one step off from a mental illness, and Rarity, who's a caricature of faux aristocratic society. Also, nice work having her wearing the Titanic dress. Spike is also really good here. His shtick is he really wants to know how exactly the girls got back from the shipwreck. And when we finally find out how, it's fantastic. Also, they use my favorite sound effect. My one major criticism of the episode is that things do kind of fall apart at the end. The three stories from AJ, Pinkie, and Rarity could have been more different from each other. All three of them remember a storm, but that was really just a swell caused by the Bunyip. But why did all three remember a storm specifically? Also, Twilight figures out that it was a Bunyip with only 3 clues, and that was a little bit overly convenient in my opinion. Alright, now let's break down the good and the bad in My Little Pony, P.P.O.V. On the good side, the setup is great for mystery, characterization, and comedy. There's a great supporting character turn by Spike, and the Bunyip at the end. On the downside, the episode uses Twilight as a plot-solving device a bit too much. And the 3 stories could probably have been a little bit more different from each other. But you know what? It's still a good episode. So I give My Little Pony, P.P.O.V, a 4 out of 5. Now, if you're interested in more reviews of anime, movies, TV shows, comic books, or video games, check out my channel on YouTube at StupidPrivate913, or find my Facebook and Deviantart pages for video updates and more. Thank you for watching.
Hey kids, today's show is brought to you by the letter 4 and the number potato! I'm a stupid private.